Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today I am doing a review of my Gucci Marmont bag, and if you've been on my channel for more than half a minute, you will have seen me wear this bag. I wear it every chance I get, and one of my first videos that I posted to YouTube was actually like an unboxing or reveal of this bag, and the video is so cringe I cannot watch it. But a lot of you asked me in the comments of that video how it has held up, what I think of the bag now, and if I could do a review, so that is what we're doing today. But before we get started, please go down and smash that like button. It really helps me out, and if you're not yet subscribed, maybe consider doing so. I post videos on fashion, luxury and beauty once a week, and if you're interested in that as well, I would love to have you here. So let's just get started with the review. This is the bag, the fabulous, pretty little bag that I wear as often as I can, and I want to share my opinion on it, pros and cons, how it has worn, and I'll also show you what fits into this bag, so hopefully that will be helpful to you. But first of all, I bought this bag just over a year ago. I bought it from Gucci.com. They ship like internationally, and you don't have to pay any like customs on top of it, which is great. They deal with all of that, so I think it's very easy, like a very easy process to do, and I paid 1,590 euros for it. Gucci has done several price increases on this bag, but as of today it is 1,690 euros. I would still buy it for this price, but I'm not sure if they are going to keep rising the price or not. The resale value of these aren't amazing, so if you care about that, you might want to look at getting it pre-loved, just as a tip. So my size is the size small. I'll put the measurements somewhere on the screen. The sizing is a bit confusing. You have the small, which is my size, and then you have the mini, which is, it looks the same, but it's just a little bit smaller. And then you have the super mini, which just has one like chain and it's very, very small. And then you have obviously a medium and a large, which is the sizes up. I'll start with the things I really like about this bag before going into like the more negative aspects, because I want to start on a positive note. So what really sold me on this bag is the color. This nude color is, the hype is real. It's such a good nude. It's beautiful. It's stunning. I think it's called antique rose, something like that. It's a very, very good color, and I don't know, I'm obsessed with this color. I can never let this bag go just for the color alone. I think it's amazing, and I love how the bag is so kind of like versatile. I wear this with dresses and I wear it with jeans. It's very like, you can dress it up or down. It has the like really cool and interesting chevron quilting or stitching, which I know some people don't like. Whatever, then this bag is not for you, okay? And it also has the heart at the back here, the very controversial heart. I know some people really hate this heart. I don't mind it either way. It's like, I don't need it. They could have left it, but I really don't care. It's at the back. But for sure, the look of this bag is what sold me. I do love a flat bag, and the color and the logo is just so beautiful in this antique kind of aged hardware. I think if this was a very shiny hardware, it looks more shiny now because I have such strong lights here, but I think if it was naturally a very shiny logo, it could be too much because it is so large and kind of in your face. Oh, I really love this bag. I think it's so pretty to look at. I have it like in my shelf behind me so that whenever I walk past it, I can look at it and I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous. So a year on, I still think this is really beautiful. Another thing I think is amazing about this bag is that it's a very light bag. Not everyone has to consider that, but if you have issues with your shoulder or just in general, if you notice a heavy bag, this one would be so nice. I think a part of it is because the lining in this bag is microfiber and it's not suede. Some people would be really pissed that a bag they paid that much for wasn't full leather. I quite enjoy it. I don't need the inside to be suede. I really don't. I put a bag liner in there anyways. The second thing is that the chain is definitely, it's not like super light. It doesn't feel like plastic. It's not like cheap feeling, but it's not this heavy like uncomfortable chain. Even in summer when I wear this bag, sleeveless top, it's so comfortable. Even stuffed full, all my things in it, it doesn't hurt my shoulder. The chain isn't super skinny, so it doesn't dig in, and it's not heavy. It's overall just a super comfortable bag to wear. I typically wear it like doubled up on my shoulder. It's just, it fits comfortably under my arm. The comfort level is really high on this bag, and it's just, especially because it's very soft, it feels great against the body. And it's just a very, very soft, kind of squishy bag, and I think the leather to me feels very, very luxurious. It's one of my favorite leathers because it is so like soft and it has this like semi sheen to it, and I think it's just really beautiful. One thing to note though is that, as with any kind of very soft bag, it can tend to lose the shape much quicker. I typically counteract this by putting a bag liner into my bags, which I have done with this one, and then I stuff it with paper when I don't use it, and it's been totally fine. Another thing I really love about this bag is the closure. A lot of bags tend to have this like snap, like button snap magnetic closure, and then when you try to open it you have to pull on the leather, and it just hurts my heart because every time I do it I'm like, I'm gonna break it, it's gonna like rip, and I hate it. So this one is kind of opened with a button underneath, so all you have to do, you just, when I wear it, you just slide the finger under and push that little, it's not pulling on any leather whatsoever. It's very easy to open, but it's also not very easy for thieves to kind of like pry it open, because that's not gonna work. You have to push the thing under, and I really like that. And I mentioned the chain, but I want to say that I think it's so, so nice. In addition to being very comfortable, I do love a bag where you can kind of double it up, or you can wear it like this, like one single, my camera is not showing enough, but essentially just wearing it with one like single strap instead, so you can have it long on the shoulder or you can wear it crossbody. It just gives you so much more freedom in what you can do and how you can wear the bag. So as promised, I will talk about some of the more negative things about this bag, and I think it's really important that you consider your lifestyle and how you will wear this bag and just where you will wear it before getting it, because it's not for everyone, for every lifestyle, I guess. And I've kind of already mentioned this, the bag is really soft and kind of squishy, and that makes it very comfortable to wear, and I think the leather is so, so luxurious and it's so beautiful to look at. But this is not like a very hard wearing bag. Definitely if it had grain leather and a bit more structure, it would just survive a lot more, but it wouldn't have this like luxurious finish, at least the finish that I really love. You do kind of have to baby it a little bit, and I think this really comes down to how you like to treat your bags. If you're very careful, it won't be an issue. I don't tend to shy away from this bag because I have to baby it, so it's nothing that dramatic. You just have to consider that the leather is much softer, so it will scratch easier, it will dent easier. It's just, you have to consider it. Also, if you prefer to wear your bags crossbody, always I would probably avoid this bag and I would get the camera bag instead, because this bag, if you wear it crossbody a lot, this part, like the top, can tend to get a bit like pointy. I have to squeeze mine a lot to get there because I haven't worn it a lot crossbody. It's not my preferred way of wearing a bag, but if that is primarily how you wear your bags, I would just get the camera bag instead, so you don't end up with a bag that's really pointy. Maybe you don't mind a pointy bag. It would drive me crazy. If you wonder what these look like when they are used, because they can get a bit ratty looking if they are abused, just go and look at like the pre-loved market. You can see that they have dents and they're misshapen because people don't take care of them. And if you know that you're kind of hard on your bags, maybe get a different bag. I don't want to scare you away from it because I haven't had any issues with it being misshapen or anything like that. It's just, I know some people have complained of it. If you are the kind of person who you walk in your front door and you just throw your bag somewhere and your jacket some other way, and this is probably not the bag for you, but if you're naturally inclined to just take care of your bags a little bit and be a bit more mindful, I don't judge. You have to find something that works for your life and don't like be trapped by your things. That's really, really bad. But just be mindful of whether it actually suits your lifestyle or not. That would be my tip. And I would just recommend that you store it the right way. So one time I stored it on top of its chain, so it was kind of like, I don't know if you can see that, sitting like that on the shelf right here. And then when I came to pick it up the next day, it had the indentations in the leather underneath from the chain. They went out, you can kind of like massage them out, or they just went out on their own. But I imagine if you do that a lot or with a lot of weight on the bag, those dents will be permanent because the leather is so soft. So when I store it, I just put it like this, and I have paper inside of it, and I also have a bag liner, and then I store the chain on the back like that and not underneath it. I just put it like this way, just in case it will get any dents from the chain. I want it on the back and not the front. That's just, I haven't had any issues with it. I just wanted to mention it. Another thing that people have complained about when it comes to this bag, I haven't had that issue, but it's kind of, the opening right here is a little bit large, and I can't imagine anyone being concerned that they are going to have people pickpocket them through that little hole. You must have a very, very small hand. Anyways, totally lost my train of thought there. But the complaint, as I understand it, is that things can kind of like fall out, like a lip gloss or something can get through the hole. It's never happened to me, but I can see how it would theoretically be very feasible for smaller items to get through that hole. I will say that I have worn my bag a decent amount. It's not been an everyday bag. Some weeks I've worn it once a week, others 4 days a week, but it's been worn a fair amount, and for me it's held up really well. But I have been kind of careful. I'm mindful of where I'm putting it down. If I'm walking next to a brick wall, I have just my brain on so I don't like scrape my bag along the bricks. Just sensible things like that. And when I store it, I stuff it with paper, and as I mentioned, just with the chain out of the way, and then I lay the dust bag over, or I put it inside the dust bag, and that's pretty much all I do. I don't take too much care of it. I will say I also spray it with Carbon Pro, which I have somewhere here. One second. Found it. So this one, Carbon Pro, and you can buy it among other places on Amazon and like dedicated bag care websites. I can link them down below. This one is really good. I've used this one on pretty much all of my bags, and I haven't had any color transfer whatsoever, which I think is really good because I was worried when I bought this like lighter colored bag. I wear a lot of all black outfits and black jeans, and I couldn't stop doing that just for a bag because it looks so good against black. So I kept doing that, and as you can see in the back, there is no color transfer. I do spray it with Carbon Pro, as I mentioned, every couple of months, I guess, depending on how much I wear the bag. And sometimes I use a leather cleaner just to clean the bag and also to condition the leather so it doesn't dry out. That's pretty much all I do. I don't keep it too high maintenance. Just be like mindful. I think the biggest difference in how this bag holds up is how you wear it, and I typically wear it like this, doubled up on the shoulder. That's just what I find the most comfortable and convenient for me. It's right there. I'm very short. I'll put in some mug shots as well so you can see. I am 161 centimeters or 5'3" tall, and the bag, if I'm wearing it down on my hip, sometimes it just feels too far away, like it's too close to the ground. I don't know, I'm being dramatic. I don't know what the whole thing is. I prefer it on my shoulder. And I don't wear it a lot crossbody. I know that if you do wear it a lot crossbody, it can get a bit pointy. Again, as I mentioned, I have the bag liner because without it, the bottom is so soft that it can kind of like, especially if you have things in it, it can kind of start to sag down. But as you can see here, it's not sagging at all, and it's just staying the way it's supposed to. And I've worn this bag in rain and sun and snow and pretty much any kind of weather. I just dry it off. The Carbon Pro makes it really easy to... This is starting to sound like an ad for Carbon Pro. It's not. I'm not paid. I bought this, every single spray bottle I've bought with my own money. I just think it's really good. Moving on. And for me, it's held up really well. I don't see any kind of wear. The leather is perfect. There has been no issues with the glazing. It hasn't cracked anywhere. There has been no chipping or tarnishing of the hardware anywhere. It's just pretty much been perfect. Not even underneath it. I have to say I mentioned this in pretty much all of my bag reviews. I use this kind of like bag hook. It rolls up to a circle and then out like that, so you can put your bag like that, which is really, really convenient when you're at a restaurant or anything like that, just because you don't want to put this bag on the floor. So it's been used to the point where I think I can say it's very high quality and it holds up well, but I will continue to see how it holds up when I use it more and more. Okay, so I'm going to show you what fits into this bag. For me, it's a really, really good size. First, I'll just put my phone in here. I can't really imagine any kind of phone that won't fit into this bag. I think you have other issues if it doesn't. So we're just going to say any phone is going to go into this bag. And then I have my key holder kind of thing, and this one has 2 fobs in it and a ton of keys. I don't even know how many. So it's bulkier than most, as you can see. So you can see it fits in, and then also I use my card holder. This bag would definitely fit a wallet. I just personally don't like to switch between card holder and wallet just because I do wear a lot of small bags, so I just prefer to keep my card holder mostly, and I don't have that many cards. That's like my essentials whenever I go out. So for me, this bag is kind of spacious. I do wear always a lip balm in addition to it, but that's pretty much it. And as you can see, there is a lot of space left. So we're going to fill it up with some of like my beauty essentials, and one of them is yes going to be sunscreen. If you know me, you know that I take sunscreen very seriously. So I am putting that in there, and I'm putting in a powder compact. Need that when I apply so much sunscreen, otherwise I look like a freaking grease ball. And a lip balm. This is the YSL liquid color balm. It's so good, it's so nice. So that one in there, and then lipstick I typically have to reapply during the day. And hopefully you can see we have now filled this bag with a few things, but there is still like quite a lot of room left. I'll put in some sunglasses as well. To be honest, you could probably fit these sunglasses in this bag with a case as well. I'm trying to show you without having all of the things fly out. Okay, so there you can see my ring light as well. So as you can see, it's not even like poking up from this. You can hopefully see that there is a lot of room left. I'm just going to close this so you can see it's not overly stuffed at all. It's not sagging at the bottom here. It stays completely flat. I think a lot of that also has to do with the fact that I have a bag liner in it. Again, I would really recommend that you do get one if you have this bag. So it fits all the essentials and some extra bits depending on what your essentials are, obviously, but I think it's a very, very good size. I forgot to mention it also has this like pocket in the back here, if you can see that here. I just have the papers in there. I probably shouldn't. I never use that pocket, but I guess you can. So at the end here, I really want to say that a year on from purchasing this bag, I still really, really love it. And I went a long time. I probably went a year before I bought this because so many people told me it's too trendy, you're gonna hate it in like a month, it's not gonna last, it's blah, blah, blah. And I am so happy I bought it. The only thing I don't like is that I didn't buy it sooner. I really love it as much today as I did when I first got it, and I would purchase it again in a heartbeat. I think it's such a beautiful bag that is very versatile and very comfortable to wear, and it goes for so many different occasions, so I really wouldn't be without this bag. I think it's so beautiful. That being said, I know this bag isn't for everyone. You do kind of have to like the large logo and a flat bag and the kind of soft leather. And as I mentioned, you should really consider your lifestyle, and especially if you only like to wear crossbody bags. Okay, that's it for this review. I would love to hear what you think about this bag and just the whole Gucci Marmont line in general. I know people really have different opinions on it, and if you're getting this bag, let me know. Tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. I love hearing you guys and reading your comments that you are also getting this bag or you're thinking about getting this bag, so let me know. I want to partake in it. It makes me feel like I am also buying this bag for the first time, so don't feel shy, just reach out. I love to hear the stories and see what you think about the bag, so just let me know. I hope this was really helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!